And, like, they do it for like horses too. Oh shit!
Taylor's gonna kill me.
There are relationship red flags. There are awkward boyfriend moments. And then there's accidentally breaking your global pop superstar fiance's furniture on camera. Yeah, that happened. So here's the story. In a preview clip for the New Heights podcast, the one Travis Kelce hosts with his brother Jason, Travis laughed so hard at a joke about dog shows that he literally leaned back too far in his chair and snapped a piece of Taylor Swift's furniture in half. Not metaphorically, physically. Wood splitting, camera shaking, full tumble backward. And in true Travis fashion, instead of panicking, he burst out laughing and said the now viral line, "Taylor's gonna kill me."
Taylor's gonna kill me.
Now, obviously, he didn't mean that literally, but the internet ran with it. And honestly, this tiny moment is more interesting than it seems, because it tells us something about who Travis is, how this relationship works, and why people are so obsessed with them in the first place. Let's talk about it. First of all, the image itself is kind of cinematic. Travis Kelce, 3-time Super Bowl champion, built like a Marvel side character, taken down by a chair. You can't script that. He falls backward, the wood cracks, the camera shakes. Jason asks if he's okay. Travis covers his face, laughing. Embarrassed. Zero ego. And that's key, because this isn't a man carefully managing his public image. This isn't curated masculinity. It's just a dude laughing too hard and breaking furniture, and then immediately worrying about what his fiancé is gonna say. It's such a normal relationship moment, just happening inside a very abnormal relationship. But here's what makes it deeper. This wasn't the first time he joked that Taylor would kill him. A few weeks earlier, he admitted on the same podcast that he didn't understand a lyric reference in her song Would. A fan made a sly joke about manhoodie merch, referencing the line New Heights of Manhood, and Travis completely missed it. When the producer explained it, he laughed and said, "Taylor's gonna kill me for not knowing that." There's a pattern here, and the pattern isn't fear. It's admiration. It's that very specific energy of being with someone you respect so much that you low-key don't want to disappoint them. And honestly, that's kind of sweet. Let's zoom out for a second. This is one of the most scrutinized celebrity relationships of the decade. Taylor Swift, arguably the biggest pop star in the world. Travis Kelce, one of the NFL's most recognizable players. When they started dating, it felt like a crossover episode the internet didn't know it needed. Music industry meets sports culture. Eras Tour meets Super Bowl. Lyric Easter eggs meet touchdown celebrations. But what's fascinating is how grounded their public moments feel. They're not selling some polished power couple aesthetic. They're goofy. He dances awkwardly at her concerts. She cheers aggressively at his games. He breaks her furniture. It's not PR perfection. It's messy and human, and that's why people connect to it. There's also something very intentional about Travis's humor. When he says, "Taylor's gonna kill me," it's exaggerated in that very boyfriend way. It's playful self-awareness. He knows he's dating someone with an intense public persona. He knows Swifties are watching. He knows every tiny interaction becomes a headline. So instead of being defensive or stiff about it, he leans into the joke. That's emotional intelligence. Because dating Taylor Swift means understanding you are entering a narrative machine. Every lyric will be analyzed. Every facial expression will be clipped. Every podcast moment will trend. So what does he do? He stays himself, laughs at himself, makes himself the punchline. That's actually strategic, but it doesn't feel forced. And then there's the Valentine's Day angle. The article jokingly suggests he better have an amazing Valentine's plan lined up after breaking her furniture, which is funny, but also kind of symbolic. Because relationships aren't built on grand gestures. They're built on small recoveries. You mess up, you fix it. You laugh about it, you buy a new chair, and maybe flowers. Probably expensive flowers. There's another layer here that I think is underrated. Travis isn't intimidated by Taylor's success. That's rare. Historically, when hyper-successful women date equally famous men, there's tension, ego, competition, subtle discomfort. But with Travis, he seems genuinely proud. He talks about her music. He references her lyrics. He shows up to shows. He lets himself look clueless when he doesn't get something. That's secure energy. And when he jokes that she'll kill him for not knowing a lyric, it's not insecurity. It's that playful, I gotta keep up vibe. He respects her craft. And she seems to enjoy his chaos. That balance matters. Also, can we talk about how funny it is that one of the most athletic men in America was defeated by home decor? Like, not an NFL linebacker, not a defensive tackle, a settee. That's poetic. It's almost rom-com coded. And I think that's why the internet reacted with humor instead of criticism. Because the moment didn't feel staged. It felt like something that would happen in literally anyone's relationship. You laugh too hard, you break something, you immediately calculate how much trouble you're in. Universal experience, just higher stakes furniture. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Celebrity relationships usually get dissected into two extremes. Either their relationship goals or their fake PR stunts. There's rarely nuance, but moments like this add nuance. Because PR relationships don't usually include embarrassing accidents. They include red carpets, coordinated outfits, perfect angles, not broken wood and flustered laughter. This felt unfiltered, and that authenticity is currency in 2026. Audiences are tired of perfection. We like flaws now. We like seeing the guy who just won a Super Bowl panic about splintering his girlfriend's furniture. It humanizes both of them, and maybe that's the bigger takeaway. For years, Taylor's relationships were framed through drama, breakups, songs, speculation. This one feels lighter. It feels playful. It feels like two adults who actually like each other. And I think that's why even small stories like this travel so far. It's not about the furniture. It's about tone. The tone of the relationship feels different. Less secrecy, less angst, more laughter. Will Travis survive Valentine's Day? Probably. Will there be a new chair? Definitely. But the real headline isn't that he broke furniture. It's that he felt comfortable enough to broadcast the moment. Comfort is underrated in celebrity culture. And if anything, this story shows a guy who's secure enough to look silly and a relationship dynamic that seems built on humor instead of image management. And honestly, that's refreshing. Because at the end of the day, even the biggest pop star in the world and an NFL champion are still just two people navigating everyday chaos. Sometimes that chaos involves lyric misunderstandings. Sometimes it involves shattered wood. Either way, somebody better order flowers and maybe reinforce seating.